Well, it's that time of the month again. Welcome back to yet another Blu-ray haul, ladies and gentlemen, and if I can get this stack up, I went ham again. But yeah, it is the month of October. You're going to see a lot of scary movies in this one, and you're going to see a fair amount of miscellaneous ones in this stack also. But of course, you guys know the drill. I'm going to go through them one by one. Thank you all so much for stopping by. If you guys are new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button down below as hard as you possibly can so you guys can keep up to date with any one of my new future videos as soon as they hit. And if you guys enjoyed this video, by the end, I'm going to need you to hit that thumbs up button as hard as you possibly can also. I'd really appreciate that. Here we go. Another big stack. Once again, no particular order, but I will talk about this one first. This was my first Blu-ray pickup of this month, and I'm really excited to add this one. This is not the greatest movie by any stretch of the imagination, but it is a cult classic, a perennial favorite to play around Halloween time. Rocky Horror. I mean, if you guys have never experienced a live viewing of Rocky Horror, you guys are missing out. Hey, Janet. I've got something to say. Sing it, asshole! It's a musical! Yeah. Definitely watch this. It's a lot of fun. Speaking of comedies, 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street. You guys are gonna hate me for this, but I actually have not seen either one. I'm excited to finally add them to the collection. I got both of them for fairly cheap. I hear nothing but good things about it. Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum, I hear, have excellent chemistry. So really stoked to add these. I'm really excited to watch them. Keeping in the comedy category, you got Old School. One from 2003. This is an old school comedy. I've been doing this for too long. Yeah, Luke Wilson, Will Smith, and Vince Vaughn in this one. And yeah, it's a bunch of old dudes trying to come up with a fraternity. If you guys want a hidden gem, I recommend checking out Meatballs. This is such a fun summer camp type movie. This is one of Bill Murray's earliest roles. This is what the second Cheaper by the Dozen movie wanted to be, and this movie just did it a lot better. It just doesn't matter! It just doesn't matter! Yeah. Check this out. I didn't go too heavy into the animated film department on this Blu-ray haul, but nevertheless, you got Megamind, starring Will Ferrell once again, and I believe Brad Pitt plays Super Guy here. I haven't seen this movie in a really long time. I honestly think this is one of DreamWorks' better outings. It takes the super ideals of The Incredibles and just kind of puts it in a different context. I think this is a really fun watch. Definitely well acted, well voiced, and I have always loved the character design on Megamind himself also. Just super awesome. Lastly, in the comedy department, we got Yesterday. This is a huge surprise from last year. It's about a struggling singer-songwriter right here who's the only one who remembers the Beatles exist after a mysterious blackout. And he basically plagiarizes their music and nobody knew the Beatles exists and he becomes famous off of the stuff. It's a really neat concept, almost becomes a pseudo-musical. I believe Lily James is in this also. Yes, she is. This is a really solid movie too. I definitely recommend checking it out. This is 300. Yeah, this is the Steelbook edition of it. Zack Snyder, solid watch. Very brutal also. My dad loves 300 to death, but I mean, it's not one of my favorites personally. I definitely have seen it a couple times here and there. It's not one I typically gravitate towards, but the Steelbook was cheap and yeah, you know, I enjoy the visuals. Another blind buy, Dark Waters. I have heard nothing but really aggravating things about this feature. I hear it's quality though. I mean, look at this cast, guys. Mark Ruffalo, Anne Hathaway, Tim Robbins, Bill Pullman, all in the same film. Can't really go wrong with that. Alright, well, seeing as how this is October, now we're getting into all the scary stuff I purchased. First one up, Ready or Not. This is a underrated... Man, oh my gosh, Ready or Not is so fun. Such a unique concept. It's taking the hide and seek thing to a whole new level. If you haven't seen this one, definitely pop it in. This is my only Stephen King purchase on this Blu-ray haul, but you have Cujo here. Not the strongest Stephen King adaptation on the first time that I watched it, but second time, hit me differently. This takes claustrophobic to a whole different level. If you haven't seen Cujo, highly recommended. Next up is, surprisingly enough, another blind buy, Sinister. Haven't seen this. It's directed by Scott Derrickson, the guy who did Doctor Strange starring Ethan Hawke. I mean, looking at this synopsis, and I like hearing all these things about Sinister, definitely sounds horrifying. I'm super, super excited to finally watch this. Alright, these next few are some of the classics, guys, some of the essentials. First up, Nightmare on Elm Street. This is, of course, Wes Craven, written and directed, his masterpiece. Also has a young Johnny Depp. But, I mean, you can't really go wrong with this one. I mean, Freddy Krueger, just scary icon. And speaking of scary icons, you got Jason, Friday the 13th. This is the Steelbook edition of it. I mean, look at this, guys. Just the art on the front, just super, super awesome. You got Jason right there in his silhouette. Look on the back. Kill her, mommy! Kill her! Yeah, this is a classic. Definitely check this out every Halloween. Speaking of films you gotta watch around this time of year, every year, all the Scream movies. This is the Scream Collection, which just had the trilogy before Scroforum ever came out. And yes, I did just call it Scroforum because that's what they put on the poster there. But I mean, what else is there to say, guys? These movies are just so, so fun. I cannot wait to watch Scream 5. They're filming it right now. And funny story, the first Scream movie was actually the very first horror movie that my dad sat me down and made me watch. It was so inspiring to me. And Scream is a great movie by itself, but it just opened up a whole new realm of a genre for me to watch. And that was my first true introduction to horror right there, was watching the first Scream film, and it was off to the races from that point. So I definitely have this franchise to thank for it. The other ones are solid, definitely. And the last purchase I made in this haul is actually a series that I reviewed on this channel. Yes, I did say series. The first TV Blu-ray to hit the collection, The Haunting of Hill House. Thank you, Mike Flanagan, for creating something so visually beautiful and so horrendously terrifying. Just watching this series, sitting through it, I mean, I can't wait to sit through it again and again. It just sends shivers up and down my spine every single time. I love The Haunting of Hill House. I have a full review of it on the channel. I'll leave a link to it on the end card in case you guys are interested. But this is good. This is good. Yeah, guys, for your viewing pleasure, here is the entire stack once again. If you guys want to pause the video right here and go through it, you can. But there it is. Pretty big stack. It might be, I don't even know if it's bigger than the one I had last month, but I have to double check that. But guys, once again, thank you all so much for tuning into the video. Once again, just a reminder, hit that subscribe button on your way out as hard as you possibly can if you're new. And please be sure to leave a thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed it. If you guys want to see any requests or reviews for these, I'd love to hear all of those thoughts, all those requests, all down in the comment section below. Guys, you're awesome. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a happy and safe Halloween. With all that being said, back talk commence!